All right. So, if for the purpose of this, yeah, I'm treating it not as an actual game, but as like a
learning experience.
Yeah.
I won't be like not telling you stuff. Obviously, when the moment I see something, I will be telling you like, oh, you could do this, or like this is what I'm trying to do.
Yes, that'd be very helpful. So this is, I guess, if I end up using this as a YouTube video. So this is a friendly between my Orcs and Mike's Amazons, which we're going to be going through and trying to learn. Well, I'm going to be trying to learn from Mike's experience by hopefully getting beaten up very thoroughly, but learning things along the way, because learning is magic.
I think if there's one thing in this matchup, I'm not going to be beating you up because I don't have the armor. You have armor 9, but
okay.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll try to score as much as I can, but I don't think I can actually like pitch clear you. Not.
Okay, so in this particular matchup, so if I'm a Bashy team against the Amazon team, I'm going to choose this very quickly. Offense or receiving or kicking would make the most sense.
I think you want to go on offense because you want to do as much.
Oh, no mind, it chose for me.
Both make sense in theory because it's going to be hard on Orcs to go on offense if I've got still 11 players. But if you can, like, say, take me down to 10, maybe 9 players, make sure that for the start of the next half, then your drive will be a lot easier because I'll have less place to screen and I won't be able to play as widely on this field. But being on offense also means that you get to get these initial hits, and I will now get the initial hits, so possibly you could lose a couple of players.
So, I mean, I guess Orcs aren't necessarily as vanilla as I'd hoped for, because it's in this instance here, I feel like I could theoretically put 4 Black Orcs towards the center and have a very good chance that they would not only be hard to deal with, but also probably wouldn't get injured.
It makes sense, but you have to make sure then the rest of the players are also quite close behind, so I can't base up from the side and make a 2-die block. Because each Black Orc will have a corner that I can get assist on, and like the square above from them. Yeah, so like something like this. And you have to make sure there's 2 players also then on each side of there, because if there's 1 player, then I can blitz them off, and suddenly I can do exactly the same thing.
Oh, right, yeah, that's okay. Because, so in this case here, so I'm trying to sort of do some matchup analysis. So your guys can hit relatively well, because there's a fair amount of block on your team. You've got the dodge, so you can break. So yeah, so it's a difference between, with elves you could conceivably break through and dodge through someone's tackle zone, whereas with the Amazons, because of the agility 3, they're not going to get, if they have to dodge into a tackle zone, they're probably not going to make it, even if they do have dodge.
Yeah, so they'll struggle, like, they won't be able to cage dive, they don't have the bow handling possibility. But what dodge gives you, that they won't be on the floor as much, because it's also a defensive skill. If you think about, especially in the base TV matchup, where we know when none of us have tackle unless you're playing dwarves or chaos dwarves, you get the idea. But it is also like, it allows me to unbase and dodge out with more freedom. They don't have to like waste rerolls.
So I'm trying to think of the sort of formation which would make sense to me here, because I've been reading up on the sort of formation stuff of it, and it's maybe more aware of kind of like what the first turn is going to be. So I guess this is moderately sensible. Let's see, if you take out one of my, so if you take out, man, I wish it was easier to see the player numbers. If you take out number 10, which is this guy, then you could dodge through the gap and end up in the center.
Well, actually, sorry, I'll stop you there, because right now I could take out number 10 and then I'll get 2-die blocks throughout the whole line of scrimmage. Because I can base up from the corner of number 10 a player, and I can blitz in next to the Black Orc, and I'll get 2-die on the Gorkar, the blitzer. As long as it's not 1 and 9, both down, then even the push is fine. And then suddenly I've got a 2-die onto the Black Orc on the edge, with, say, the 4 and 1. where she's standing right now. And then if that's a POW, then I can follow that up, place another player, and get another 2-die next Black Orc, and then probably a 2-die on the Orc. I don't think I can get rid of your whole line of scrimmage time.
Okay. Well, that does make sense. I couldn't think of what else to change it to in the time which we've had remaining, but that makes sense.
So normally,
no, please.
Sorry. Normally, I'd like to carry on one of my blitzers, because Amazons want to have the blitzers level up so they can have guard. And that's why I didn't take a thrower, but obviously it's a friendly, so I'm not actually SPP farming. But I am still going to choose to carry on one of my blitzers field. I know in this matchup, like, ironically, as Orcs, you'll probably want to base me as much, so I have to dodge away or take unfavorable dice. So I'll need the block in order to take those risky, maybe sometimes 1 dice, maybe even red dice sometimes. Sub-ideal, but they happen.
Yes, so I've got the strength advantage, so I can get away with that a lot more than I would be able to otherwise.
Just think. So this goes down.
Okay, so what do I think is going to happen here? I'm
just counting in my head right now.
Yeah, sure.
If it's worth, because I need to right now get a POW on the Black Orc, on both of the Black Orcs in order to, or POW both down. Actually, no, POW on the first one, in order to make sure that I can have a second 2-die up. Thinking if it's worth committing that many players. I think I might not commit. I want to make a 2-die, but I'm not going to want to overcommit. Yes, so I also want to, there's something that you always want to consider whenever setting up for the event. You don't want to automatically lose to blitz, so it's worth like just setting up a bit to make sure that even if they do roll a blitz, it won't be a free loss.
Yes, I've seen plenty of games where that has been the case.
Yeah, because it's a result of 10, which means there's 1, 2, 3 out of 36, so 1 in 12 chance. So about 8% of the games you could just lose because of blitz, and that's 8% your win rate could be dropping. And by caring about it, makes your drive harder, but still worth it.
I thought, okay, that shows to me that I need to go back and look at the kickoff table again, because I thought it was rarer than that. I thought it was like a 6-6 kind of situation, but
no, it's I think result 10. So you can have the 4-6, 5-5, and 6-4 combinations of dice, which are 3 combinations out of the 36 total combinations, which simplifies to 1 in 12.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with this setup. So I've got a bit of off-screen, offset screen going on to stop your blitz in case you roll it. Offset screens are nice because they cover more space, but the problem is that if like they're more prone to being based because when you hit and get a POW, you just like you can base up in a lot nicer way. But obviously you probably don't want to base too much or into the screen, because then I just get blocks back. Okay, so it's just changing weather, but that didn't affect the game. So I'm going to try to maximize my blocks 10-1, because if I'm able to get rid of one of the orcs, then that's going to make my life a lot easier. So it's a push. It's okay. And now I get 2-die. Actually, I'm gonna base you up on one of my Amazons. Like so. Now. I think I should have moved the Blitzer. I'm thinking if I want to, I could place another Amazon on the Black Orc to make another 2-die. I think I'm gonna do that, because otherwise I just give up a free hit. I can dodge away, but I prefer to do this. So I give up another hit, or maybe even potentially 2. But I think it's fine. And by pushing them onto my current Amazons, then it's gonna make our preferred basing. This is like if you are going to base, then I prefer to choose how you're going to base. So these are positions where you're not tying up too many of my players with your Black Orcs.
That's interesting. That's a concept which I've not really come across.
Now I'm going to try to maneuver my screen a bit more.
So if I remember this is one of the bits that stood out for me about the probability tables, that if you can base a player who doesn't have block with a player who does have dodge, then you're effectively covered from both downs and from defender stumbles at the same time.
Yep. So Blodge is very strong in this matchup especially. But the problem is that obviously they're all armor 7, so if you do get a POW, then it's nice, but it does mean that I go on the floor less. But also, for example, then if I fail dodge, then I break my own armor and then you don't need to get a POW. That's why basing Amazons is very strong.
Yeah, and it's not that unlikely that you're going to fail with dodge given enough chances.
Yeah, it's a 1 in 9, so every 9 dodges on average, one of them should fail, unless you make them even harder. So right now, sorry, do you want to talk or should I?
Okay, well I'll tell you what I'm thinking to start with, since I've got a bit of time to work with. So I'll be getting up my Black Orcs because, yeah, with a cam. So I can make a little bit of an inroad towards the ball carrier. Like I can get a couple of hits in if I bring another Orc in to stand next to my number 1 guy. Man, the way he's got number 1 displayed on him, it should be the way that all players... Actually, wait, no, the Orcs are actually right for it. Never mind. Anyway, so I'm thinking about bringing a player next to the number 1 lineman so that it gives the lineman another chance at hitting a linewoman as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility of sending my left-hand flank up to hit one of your blitzers and then maybe try and go after a ball carrier, but I'm very aware that you've got quite a few people over on the other side to be able to then receive the ball at that point.
So the way there's something cool you can do. Like I like to rotate the camera to my opponent often, and then you can see exactly what they are thinking, or it gives you a different perspective. So right now it looks like I'm just clumping my players, but if you go on my side, how it looks to me, on my side I can see that your side or your left flank is a lot weaker, and you're gonna have to stand up the 2 Black Orcs. So unless you run all your players back, and even if you try to commit to your blitzers right now, then I'm gonna get a massive opening that I can just run through, because the Black Orcs are currently all on your right side or in center, and the only active Black Orc is actually on the right hand side.
Mm.
But you're right. If you were to run down the right flank, your Orc blitzer, I'm gonna probably just ignore it and run the other side, and suddenly he's no longer active piece for a couple turns. It's probably worth. I like to sometimes just take a few blocks. Obviously, you want to stand up the Black Orcs because they're not going to be doing anything this turn. But I would try to stop me from advancing on the left flank, because this is where most of my players are. It's like I'm almost trying to make a sort of diagonal line of scrimmage that then I can run down my ball carrier through.
Yes, I feel like the players over on the right hand side might. We need to figure out a better way of describing this.
I'll switch to your side, so you talk about your side, and now I'll just talk in.
Okay.
Your side.
So the players on my right, your players on my right, I feel like while they could potentially receive the ball, the players with block are on the left. And those are the ones which I'm most kind of concerned with.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of being, if they've got the ball, it's going to be very, very hard to get it off of them. A blitz onto your number 2 it feels like that's going to be very hard to make that really bear fruit. And it also means that space, which if we're talking about that diagonal line, that where that diagonal line is heading into my territory, is directly at the blitzer with a lineman behind them. If I move these guys up, that leaves a massive hole for the rest of your team just to go through.
By the way, you have 40 seconds left of your turn. Sorry.
Okay, let's make with the punching. Let's hope this doesn't go horribly. It does go horribly. Great way to start.
Ooh, but you get the opposite too.
Yeah, all right. I'll call it a win.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, let's very quickly do some stuff. All right, I'm gonna move this one up here. over here. I think I'm gonna just do over here. Move this one behind. So roughly matching numbers. We'll keep you someone in the middle. I'm gonna base. No, actually, I'm not. I'm gonna leave this guy in here. It's just the body, and go in and try and put a block on one of your pieces that doesn't have block. Oh well. And I'm gonna stay. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump forward and try my luck there. Didn't happen this time. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately what we actually ended up doing wasn't particularly conducive to good play, but it was still an interesting discussion to have.
I think it puts me in an interesting position because there's no obvious now break that I can go for. I mean, what I could try doing is I could move this guy there, Lisa, the Amazon Blitzer, into like all the Black Orcs, and then I could take a 1-die, but it's obviously very risky, and I wouldn't want to give up the drive on a 1 in 9. And then I could try blitzing through and just running through the middle. I mean, it could be a possibility, but I think it's not one that I'm gonna take. What I am tempted doing is trying to switch to the other side a bit more. Hello, can you hear me? Or
yeah,
sorry, I saw that there was waiting for the server for a second.
Oh yes, it did come up with that.
I wasn't sure if it was me lagging or. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It does require GFI there, and I don't really like making GFIs, but I might have to.
So a big thing I was trying to do at the end of my last time was, because the 1,000 Losses playbook was kind of talking about this a lot, was trying not to base your guys in a position where it was then going to leave me with a big opening in my formation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice what you have right now going there, because there's not much. Actually, maybe I'm just looking at possibilities. I don't think it's viable at all. Yes, a 1D into GFI on the edge there would make it a 2-die, but it's very risky. It's a 2+2+2+ 2 overbasing. Yeah, no, I'm good. No, I'm gonna run him down there, just so you have him to think about. Yeah.
Sure.
This is gonna go there. I'm gonna try to take a 2-die here.
Yeah, I thought when I was putting that Black Orc in place, I was like, I think this is potentially not a wise move. In that I feel like if I put him next to 2 players while he's tying up 2 players and has kind of got you to commit around a very sort of small area of the pitch.
Mm-hmm. Or I said to get power, which is quite lucky.
Oh yes, it was done with that block.
Mm-hmm. And now what I'm gonna do is this and there. It's push.
So that's another thing to remember. Yes, I should be trying, if I'm going to be basing your guys, base the guys without blocks so that it's more of a risk if you do start going for these kind of just throw dice at it situations.
Yeah, and also you often want. I mean, it was quite a safe place for the armor 8 thrower, but that's the piece that, like, if I ever get choice of a block, I'll try to hit the thrower, just because he's armor 8. Makes it a lot more likely to break. Trying to see if. Well, I actually did expect 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so I've got the linemen were actually armor 9. That's crazy.
Yeah, so you can make a 3+2+2+ right now if I failed the dodge. With your Orc Blitzer. But I don't. I mean, not that it's worth getting 1 die, but it was my mistake in positioning, I guess.
So yes, if you don't dodge away that Amazon, but you did, I was definitely going to be starting sort of passing players around.
Oh wow, I made all 3 and even popped the dodge skill. That's quite lucky.
Okay.
Alright. So I'm trying to I'm starting to try to maybe up by having players in the backfield. If they don't get removed, then either you have to take up 2 players facing them, or even if you take up 1 player, then I can dodge away and just play around. But also it means that you can't, in certain places I will be able to give myself assists where it could be hard otherwise, and there's always the Hail Mary play if everything goes to, I don't want to use swear words, but everything goes to something, then I can just try to hand off pass to them or something like that, so pass, hand off to this player, and then suddenly I'm in the back of your field and you can't do anything. But it's just like a little out that you give yourself.
Yes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move my Black Orcs forward to kind of form like a sort of pillars of defense at this point. So I'm going to try and pair up a Black Orc with a buddy as much as possible to make it hard for you to actually punch through. I can see that there is definitely the possibility of a guy going all the way, or a lady going all the way over to the right-hand side, to my right-hand side, my right flank. That's probably a decent way of putting it. So I'm gonna try and make sure I've spread my orcs around relatively well, and they're now basing your Amazons that don't have block. As far as if it's worthwhile me trying to blitz forward, I could definitely put you off going down the right-hand flank if I went and took out the out-of-fashion one. I didn't realise you'd actually put team player names.
Yeah, that's the same one I'm going to be using for tomorrow's league. I haven't played Amazons for many months, and I thought, you know what, I want to give them a go. So it's just a friendly, so I don't get any SPP. So I was able to use the same team.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So if I blitzed her at this point, I could definitely discourage you from going down that route, because you wouldn't be able to set up a block on my number 7 Black Orc with the extremely bizarre name. Which is okay. I think my other major option here seems to be, because I know that I think if I could go after your Taylor who's in the backfield, or just mark her. I've got the one blitzer who's kind of not really doing anything.
One thing,
yep.
If I can interrupt you right now, as it looks to me, all your 3 Blackhawks are quite more to the right, and you've only got 1 to the left. So right now your left is a lot weaker, and there's this player like Taylor in the backfield it's hard to maneuver, and it'll be quite easy to me to cage up right now, or a lot easier for me to cage up on the left. Also middle has if I take a 2-die block on your number 1 number 1 orc and get a pow, then I can then start running through middle also. And so this right now, I'd say you need to make sure that you reinforce your middle and your left flank, because otherwise I'm going to be able to commit to it. Because right now on the right, your right flank, I can't really go through it unless I set up a 2-die block on the Black Orc and number 7. If I make a 2-die block on them already, I'm going to overcommit too many players to that side. It's going to be very heavy on the left. And there's another Black Orc, number 5, next to it. Sorry, it's half a minute left. But yeah, I think I'm not thinking about the left. I'm looking at middle and right now.
Alright, what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to set myself up to hopefully... all I'm really hoping for here is to get a push. And to get them into surfing position. There we go. Wonderful.
I'm going to actually let you do it. I'm going to go for a 4+3+ dodge after.
Yep, that's fine. What it's going to do is move my one up here to cut off reinforcements, or hopefully cut off reinforcements. And then have the...
4 seconds.
Oh, that's fine. Cool. Move up my guy here. Let's have him ready.
Right. So. So the first thing I'm kind of looking at is getting a potential hit with my Blitzer on this Black Hawk. I can make a 2-die if I base up the Black Hawks, but then obviously I'm giving up a block on the Black Hawks, or from the, Blitzers of block. I'm also thinking about the 2-die on the number 1 player, because that would free up easier blitz on Budfa, the Blitzer, free up the middle. But it is a very hard position. Getting pushed up more and more.
Yes, I guess the Blackhawks do allow me that luxury of being able to sort of stake a claim in territory a lot more than it would be able to if they were strength 3 players.
Yeah. It definitely makes the field a lot easier to play. Double GFI. I don't want to risk throwing dice. Okay, I think I'm gonna make a GFI in a second. Yeah. Could be. Okay, I make the GFI. Now I make Blitz. Yeah. I'm hoping for 70% power. Get it. Now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hmm.
Thinking just how much I want to risk my life. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm hoping that some of these, like I don't fail the first dodge this turn, because that will definitely make this drive a lot harder. So I'm thinking also if I want to take the 1-die block on the number 2. Sorry. Well, I'm just playing from my own perspective right now, so.
Yes, it's kind of dumb that the player numbers aren't like visible from both sides.
I guess that sort of decides for me without intent. Okay, I think I'm gonna take the 1-die block first, actually. Okay. Now I'm probably gonna countercept. That's okay.
Well, yes, even if I don't go for that, I'm quite happy to base up your blitzer again with a line orc.
Or make another dodge.
Okay, so at this point, I'm thinking that I need to be pulling back my my Black Orcs because yeah, you're right. They are with their very low movement. They are probably like quite heavily committed on that far side.
I'm thinking even of that leaving one of the sons actually on the Black Orc, because it will be a lot easier to play with one less Black Orc in the field.
Yeah, I think that seems like a pretty good trade.
But I'm not sure if I feel like I'm not. I should put more players through because I don't want to have my team cut off in half. I know I'm giving you for sure right now a 3+ dodge into a 1-die, but I'm not afraid of that. I feel like if you take it, I can 1-for-1 recover, and you only have 2 rerolls left. And if you do, then I'll have the open side.
Oh yeah, I like to go for a dodge into a like having to roll a 3+ into a 6 to be able to get you down just doesn't seem like it's remotely worth it to me.
It just opens up the field so much if it fails. If you make it, then I might be screwed if the scatter's bad, but
Yeah, well, this is like it seems unlikely to happen, and if it does happen, it doesn't seem like it's going to get me the game.
Exactly.
So I think
This is where you get the game. I'm kidding, but it would be quite funny.
yes, it would be. All right. So
by putting the Amazon up front there, I was hoping to stop most of your team coming to the other side, but I don't know how effective it's gonna. Don't know if it's over optimistic, or if I'm just splitting my team as too far apart.
okay. So a big opportunity here is your number 3 and number 9 are both very hittable and in the right position to get hit if I can give an assist across. In fact, I could do a 1 dice block on your number 9 to then open up the 2 die block on the blodger.
Are these the two guys next to the blitzers? Sorry, I'm just.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I see. Sorry, I didn't see the number. I was trying to look at the uniforms before.
Yeah.
And I can see on the uniform, but I can press for them. The number pops up, fade on top right. Yeah.
Oh wait, what can you do to see the number mostly?
Sorry.
What can you do to see that?
On the Orcs, a lot more. I don't know if you can actually see it. Yeah, on the Amazons, on the shoulder pads, on the pauldrons.
Oh yeah.
You can see small numbers, but on the Orcs it's more visible.
Yes. Man, Blood Bowl definitely is a game that's made a lot would be improved so much by just not having the UI get in the way of understanding what's going on.
Mhm. Well, you can do. I think you can press on the players on your turn, and then it shows for me. They make a sound and then they make action. Yeah, so now true. I can see selected the Black Hawk.
Okay, so I've got 2 blitzers who are free who've got the possibility of okay, yes. So I need to get this Black Hawk doing something. Probably the most useful. So there's a good chance the fighting is going to move past him. So I think I'm going to at least make sure I move him left. That's definite. I think I'm going to put him here. Okay. Okay. I think so. I could go for the 1 dice. Actually, yeah, 1 dice to take your guy off of the field seems like that's a pretty good deal. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
I think I would go for it too.
Well, it's like I don't think I'm going to get a better chance at this, especially because he can then also go up and help out. So let's see what happens.
And yeah, nice. Yeah, maybe I should have done the 4+, but I was worried about leaving all the other players. Or I had 3 players I wanted to dodge out, or actually 2 only I used. Maybe I should have. It was a misplay, I think. It was a misplay by sending him in the first place, I think, to get blitzed there. From me. You're not getting many pals.
No, but I wasn't really planning on it happening either.
That's a good one.
Okay, that works out pretty well. So yeah, I think having the Black Hawk bits tied up is very, very good here. Alright, so I've got 1 blitzer who's left up and ready. Fortunately, so your threat in the backfield is it's not gone, but it's very much diminished. So I've got the possibility of sending someone up and round the back to give me more access. I feel like the big potential negative of that is if you can push through and somehow follow the line between.
Oops, you have to make a decision.
Alright. I think I'm gonna. Oh, never mind. That was my decision. Isn't it? I don't think that's terrible because I feel like the only way you really get through here is if you punch through number 4 Black Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having someone near him isn't the worst thing in the world, because you've got like a sort of very limited corridor that you could potentially travel through.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling. I don't know if I misplayed or maybe you played just very well, a lot better than me.
I think getting the early KO helped.
Yeah. Thinking, do I want to hit the thrower, or do I want to blitz him, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 6? Not liking my position. I think I'm gonna go for something like this.
Okay.
I want to make a lot of dodges, but I feel like if one of them fails, it becomes very, very bad.
Yes, it's because the numbers advantage now, so I'm up 2 players on you. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Means they're gonna be able to get away with a lot more, just kind of directly basing you.
Okay, I'm gonna take some risks. Okay, get power here. There. I'm gonna try to dodge through. Something like this, maybe. Oh no, I can feel it. Oh, didn't. I thought it was coming. Thought it was time. Now. Do I?
Ooh.
I'm thinking about this, because I need to also make sure they don't get actually sacked myself. Because 2 die power, or 2 die is now a lot scarier area.
Well, you're definitely
Played
also in a
against,
place where they can get passed from player to player as well.
Sorry?
They're definitely they're in the situation now where getting hit will put you back next to another one of my players.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this touch. Ooh. I entered 1 and 9. I was coming. I got lucky not to have it before. But this is what it is. What's actually a snaky? Not that it makes a difference.
Well, if you're gonna have some bad luck, have it all at once.
True, exactly. I'm saving myself a few further ones, but no, I was lucky so far that that's not my first 1 and 9.
Let's see. So, alright. So, it would seem like so, because of you moving across to the flank, again, my stuff is a little bit tied up, but fortunately my 2 Black Orcs are free. So if I hit, the problem is, if I hit you from my left, I'm pushing you more across to that flank where I'm not well equipped to deal with you. So, with that in mind, I'd love to be able to hit you from the bottom and push you back towards more the center, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So
yeah, unless you're willing to commit some dodges, I don't think you can. I think you have to. You could hit me from, I guess, your top and push me towards. But I guess that's exactly the same as you hitting me from diagonal.
I think the thing is, like, realistically, it's only going to be the Black Orcs who can get a hit on her anyway.
Yeah, true.
So I think what I'll do is I'll try and do some. Oh, there we go. Nice.
Safe moves first.
Yeah, or at least somewhat safe moves.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a lot of stuns going on, which is nice. And that means I can... yeah, well, that's not going to happen. But at least I can go and stick someone next to her, which reduces the kind of possibilities. This is a Blitzer and Lineman, so let's go with the Blitzer hit. Okie dokie. So I think I'm actually going to bring back my Blitzer here as a kind of safety guy, because though it's going to leave an unmarked player, your number 9. I guess I'm not so worried about that because I'm going to hit your ball carrier, which would mean that I'll be pushing the ball more to the right anyway. So I don't see you making a play back over to the left again, or to my left.
Yeah,
okay.
I might be able to, but it's definitely nothing's looking very realistic right now.
So that
1, 2.
that would be going for it, so we're not going to do that. So let's give this a try. I fully don't expect this to actually knock you over, and it didn't. But I'm hoping to get into a situation where I can surround her. Cool.
I'm about to roll some dice.
Yep. Okay, I think I'm gonna bring my. Okay, let's do some. Can I get this guy up? Let's go for it. Oh, I can free him up. Oh wait, I didn't realize he had someone next to him. All right, let's do a couple of punches.
Yeah, I was trying to dodge out this person because I realized that the Gablet, I guess, Black Orc number 6, he was gonna be able to get a hit on the silent one, the one I dodged out and got stunned. Anyways, to free up the blitz, so I was trying to get them to a better position. But I was rolling dice.
Okay. So I think it would make sense to. Oh man, I could put my blitzer here, and then really shut down any chance of. If I get the going for it, it's like you really shut down any real escape. That's your main place to go, is over here. So I think it might actually be worth it. But let's try rolling some more dice over here.
Whew.
Oh, that was worthwhile.
They're getting through.
Yes, eventually. Alright, I think I'll try that just because I feel like it shuts you down so thoroughly. Oh wait, I should have done them one at a time, shouldn't I?
I mean, it worked, so it's fine.
I mean, just that it worked doesn't mean it was a good idea.
True. 1 to 2.
Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about my chances right now. So the main question marks are going to be your downed Amazons on my left-hand side, who could get up and start doing something else. So now you can't really go out forwards anymore because of the double going for it working out. Going out backwards would seem to make the most sense because then you're only dodging into one tackle zone.
Well, I could do this, like say.
Oh, that's true.
And then, but I'm looking at a way of potentially handing off to this Amazon over there and running it just straight as far as I can to try to make sure that you can't score again. But I don't know, nothing seems good right now. I think I'm gonna do this and run this one back a little. I don't know if I should base one of the Black Orcs, probably not. I'm gonna just stand them up.
My number 9, I should have moved in one space more to the left. Right, that was bad blocking.
Number 9, oh yeah. I mean, then again, if you move them in one space to the left, then I could go from the other side, as in just run up, and then I've got this one easier accessible if I was to make a red die block. Because red die block is almost like a 3+ equivalent if you're looking for pushes, as long as you don't roll a skull.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true.
It's like you looking for 6s, I think. Something like 11 over 36 chance. Whereas me not rolling skulls is the same as me looking for power, so it's gonna be 25 over 36 or less. Yeah, and then I've got, or I guess I could, yeah, it's a 4+3+ for the other one if I don't get power. A 25% chance to knock you down. But I don't know. I'm thinking also about the 1 die here. It frees up a 1 die there, and then I can do an easier blitz, but I'm not sure which one's more likely to happen. I'm tempted to start off with the 1 die actually, because that's a 1 in 9 itself, which is more likely than the 75% chance of dodging through. Okay, I get a push. So that's good. Now that means if this is a POW, then I get to. No, it's not a POW.
Sorry,
it is now a POW.
Bananas. Okay.
So do that, and now I can. Oh, please don't 1 in 9. Doesn't 1 in 9. This is completely as known as, I think it's called Potato, after one of the coaches that used to do this a lot. Just run one of the players down the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, I'm still gonna just do this and hope you don't roll power.
Okay.
This is not safe at all, but it is what it is. I don't think I could do anything else. I mean, maybe I could have one day blitz with number 8 Amazon that's standing next to the downed lino. Further, and then maybe tried passing to it, but everything seems bad at this point. So.
Okay. So I'm probably looking to hit her from below, and then she's going to be going back to... Okay. I didn't realize that was quite...
Yeah, that's why I placed Amazon there. I mean, it still might be worth, but it's probably not. It's probably better to make the GFI route than if you don't roll POW. I've got open field to run to.
Yeah.
So, but it's your choice. I don't know which one I would do really. Sort of like if you were to roll snake, it would feel bad, but then again, the reward's very big.
Let's see. So, what can I do to make life easier, which doesn't require doing any dice? Let's get this one set up. So, let's try and make it at least a little bit harder for you to bring reinforcements by bringing this one over here. I mean, yeah, if it goes completely wrong, then I probably am just kind of screwed. But I'm hoping it won't be like total disaster. I'm also tempted not to hit your number 3 over here, just because that's going to push her into a position where she can dodge away a lot more easily. And given that she's got block and dodge, it's a good chance I'm just going to end up pushing her, whatever happens. So I'm going to leave her. I could make this hit over here, but I live in dread of having to re-roll that. So, let's see.
Drum roll.
I'm trying to think if I should move my number 11 first, because I'm going to move him up to the box in your one if the block goes okay, and if it goes badly, then I guess I'm turning over anyway, so he's not going to end up moving. So, with that in mind, I might as well move him across, so at least he's very slightly closer to your one than he would be otherwise. Well, GFIs have been kind to me this time. Dice rolls, less so, but I will take it.
Yeah, it's lucky that it wasn't POW. I would have considered re-rolling it, but then again, double scores could have absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of thinking. That's 100% going to happen. Do I want to follow or stay here? I think maybe I want to stay.
I mean, staying gives you like a nicer positional feeling, but the perks of following up would have been that I've now technically have a 1 die against your thrower with my number 7.
Do I could use my Black Hawk to push your guy down, push number 3.
It would be into a chain push, so it would be still safe.
Yeah, that's actually okay. So then I can go here and stay. And I think I'll take a straight, because here, I don't know why I'm saying here. I think I'm going to use my lineman to hit yours, just because if you stand up your linewoman there, then there's like a series of 1 die stuff, which I'd rather avoid if I can. Hey, this guy's been really good at knocking around Amazons.
Maybe he should be your next blitzer. Just give him my 2 rolls.
Just take the block off one of these useless guys and give it to him.
Exactly.
I'm impressed by how similar the feeling is to elves here playing against Amazons. Because I haven't played against a lot of Amazons, but like how tenacious the play is, that you're kind of like, you can, even while the game's not going great for you, you're still constantly striving to find that one big opening that lets you just, negate everything that's happened.
They do have a feeling of that, like the dodge, I guess, gives them the protection that often elves get, or maybe they often get more movement. So you feel like, and it's a similar feeling. I feel, at least when playing against Amazons. I've got the obvious 4+3+ that probably fail. But what I'm also looking at, it's a 3+ into 1 die chain push.
Oh, interesting.
There. I'm trying to think if it's worth making it a easier chain push if I was to take a 2-die block with her under there, if I was to go down, maybe even blitz. But I think it's rolling more dice, and I don't know if I want to roll more dice at this point. Wonder if there's any other chain push. There. Could also red die blitz and then just run across. But the problem is, with both down, I'm stuck in the same spot. I think I'm looking at most likely doing this play that I just mentioned. 3+ into chain push. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Or unless I 1-9 it. Why don't? It's been quite a few. Like
yes.
dodge procs, but not actually.
Yes, I like the how heart-stopping it is for it to stop when it fails, and then they're like, it's okay.
Actually, if this is a POW, it's not POW. But if it was a POW, it's not. I could have just dodged across, I think, and run the back of the field and be relatively safe. But it's not.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming at all. So that's a good education.
Okay, definitely gonna try to dodge out. This is so close, but I feel I'm starting to get very lucky even more. I'm tempted to toss the ball a bit out, maybe even a little bit further, to just be able to run down and collect it later, but I don't really know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because you would just end up collecting it yourself. I think I'm gonna keep him there then. But what I am going to do is dodge again, or proc it again, and make it again. This is starting to be crazy. Or even crazy, should I say. I'm gonna blitz here out. There. Okay, I'm definitely dodging out, that's for sure. The question is, do I want to make a GFI to go there, but then you just block it off? Or do I? I haven't proc dodge actually. So maybe I do something like this. Oh, this feels so extreme. Do I? I think I do this. that was a crazy turn. After using the reroll as on one of the first actions, and then blocking dodge so many times. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely very lucky.
Alright, so if I can... So with this blitzer here, all I need to do is really get a hit off and a push, and I free up 2 of my players to go after your ball carrier. So it seems pretty good, but let's try and invest some...
Safe moves first.
Yes.
It's something people often forget, even like before rolling potential quad skulls.
Yes.
I've had this one game where there was no way I was gonna win. I was playing like Rookie Nurgle against 1400 team value Orcs, and I think I got a Kaz on the line of scrimmage, which was lucky. But then he managed to roll 2 quad skulls in one half, and from a half that was like it was like almost unlosable because he rolled it as the first action, or maybe he made 1 or 2 actions first, and maybe he could have done more. He didn't roll the quads and was like, oh, that's unluckily, and then he got tilted in the like the turn after, or 2 turns after. He was still tilted, and it was just like rolling dice first, and then he rolled another quad skulls, and that just basically let me score. So it's worth always like considering that you should probably do the safe moves first. So now, hopefully, if you get blitzed, which you will, I'll be able to be somewhat like, if it fails, then I can dodge out.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted that zone over there, where you just hit it.
So, okay. So yeah, this is really bad for me. Like, I didn't even like, you're showing me a lot of stuff which I'm like, damn, I didn't even realize that was possible because of the chain pushing there. So I can at least get a 2 dice block. Unfortunately, none of them are going to end up with me in particularly good positions. Oh, actually, I know what I need to do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think if you base the alignment directly from the bottom exactly, and you hit diagonally, even if you get pushed, you can then run around from the top, make potentially 1 GFI.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, is that I'd needed to so push you towards the sideline and then come back around.
Obviously, if you're it's going to be a lot easier, but again, not a power.
It's fine. I wasn't that optimistic about my chances of doing that.
Hello?
Hello. Hey, I'm still here. Are you here? Are you still here?
Sorry, yeah, I think it was lag spike in mobile data.
Okay. So yeah, this is okay.
Ooh.
Hey.
Or is it? Or is it?
So definitely getting a lot closer to kind of like, you know, each turn is like one little step closer to disaster each time. But now that's out of the way, I can actually start doing the things which I might enjoy, which is primarily punching in the face over and over again. So let's fail at that. Wow, and my guy was that was the thrower, to be fair. I feel like that was still the right thing to be doing, because that was that would have set up a series of 2 die blocks, whereas a lot of the stuff wouldn't have been. But
I would have preferred to do maybe with the say with your number 6 Blackhawk next to the zone, because it's just like the things that are least affected, and then like as you can still make the risky block. I think I would have made this block anyways, but I think I'd prefer to use it to do the more risk, or the least risk and the most out of play blocks. They're not gonna affect the game.
Well, the reason I went for that one first is because if I'd managed to even get a push there, then I was setting myself up for being able to make 2 decent blocks on your 2 extra decent blocks. Whereas if I'd with the number 6 Black Orc, it would have definitely been less. It would have had less consequences. But I really wanted to try and get rid of your number 5, and the only way I could do that was to get rid of your number 9 first, and then have a 2 die block on number 5.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I see it. Yeah. No, maybe you're right. Maybe I was wrong. I probably was wrong.
Well, there's not a right or wrong, is there? It's just like which you think is the most important, and that's completely down to judgment.
I'm thinking of, so I can either make this. I'm gonna definitely try to blitz out on a 1 day.
Sure.
Actually, I might. I'm tempted to make it a 2 day. I could try making it a 2 day by booming there, and then making another 3+ dodge over there. And I've got a 2 day, because I'm worried that a 1 in 9 basically ends my drive. Sure. But interested to see if there's any other alternatives. Oh no, that's a lot of dodges. That's also a lot of dodges. I think I might just try doing the 1 die blitz out and move this guy there.
Whatever happens, I've really enjoyed this game of Blood Bowl. It's been excellent.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it too. It's definitely been quite the experience. It's like back and forth running around the pitch.
Yeah, we're just made for it. Like, as much as like I can feel creeping in from the corners of my mind, like the frustration of being like, "Oh, that's so unfair that none of these dodges have failed." But I'm trying to keep it in my mind that actually having all of the stuff succeed, for the most part, succeed for you so far, has put us in this situation, which is so much more entertaining a situation than it would have been if you just.
I've definitely had so many good rolls. Like the fact that I've still got one reroll right now, I can't believe it. So I think, yes, I'm definitely not complaining. And the fact you only got one surf and one extra removal, you got a few powers, I think, but maybe it's just because I gave you a lot of blocks, you couldn't get any in the first place. Anyways, I'm thinking, do I make it 2 day or 1 day? Because I'm thinking if I run and this is on over there, then that's a 1 in 9, which is equivalent to the 1 in 9 that I would make in order to try to knock this guy down. But then you can. I'm thinking of if you can free up the line orc on the side. I think I'm just gonna blitz because I don't want to get surfed. Oh, I get pow, which is perfect option. Oh my god, I'm so lucky. Now I go there. And now I count the amount of squares you need. So I think I am more likely to be safe if I make one more GFI. Because now you can still get hits on me. And I've got reroll. Oh! I say that. And I... Not a snake. And now I'll do this final one to just... Okay, you still...
There we go!
Still get a shot at the ball. So.
Okay. So yes, my...
1 second, I can hear my dad shouting. I'll be...
Does this pause again? Oh, there we go. Excellent. So yeah, this has been a really enlightening game. I don't think I've played against a Amazon coach who's kind of like been as... I'm not sure I've played against that many Amazon coaches in the first place. I don't think I've played against one who's been as thoughtful as this.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, hello. Alright, so I'm having a conversation with my theoretical audience. I paused it. Alright.
I love doing that. I just talk to myself so much. It's nice when, like, especially in Twitch streams, like, when you get enough viewers and they start making actual conversation.
Yes.
But I do like to talk to myself. Definitely, I feel I play better when I talk to myself.
Oh, for sure.
It's like the rubber duck technique of trying to unbug computers. Have you ever been familiar with it?
I think I've heard of it, certainly.
Oh, you're going for the surf, or?
Yeah.
I get you. I'm sorry to be a pain. Is it okay if I was to go midway?
Oh yeah, if you need to go, then just it's fine. Like this is only for teaching purposes.
We have family dinner at 6 every day. It's it's the one time we get together as a family, all of us.
No, absolutely. Sorry, I delayed the start of this. So no, thank you. That was really, really interesting. I hope we can do it again sometime. But no, please, thank you very much for that game because that was really illuminating to be able to play someone who was playing at that kind of level.
Pleasure. Cool. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it was quite challenging. It's nice to see also sometimes the dice work in the other way. I know everyone has this sort of cognitive bias, and I feel like at this time I definitely got lucky. I'll just look at the dodge rolls.
Oh,
I only got 60%. I think the average is 66, but then again,
yeah, so it's actually below
I think
average.
I only twice 1 in 9, so a lot of them were like I failed it the first time and I re-rolled and made it.
Oh, okay, that does. Yeah, that makes sense if that's the way it records it.
Mm-hmm.
But cool. No, thank you for doing that. I don't know if people would find it interesting, but I guess I can always post it and see if they do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Well, looking forward. So, you're going to come and... did you say you were going to come and play in the Newell's Open stuff tomorrow? Is that
yeah, I've freed it up. So I'll just tell my family that I'm playing, treat it as just one of my league games. I mean, after winning Magic the Gathering, they're a lot more improving.
All right, cool. Have a delightful evening. Thank you again. I guess I'll catch you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, and thank you once more. See ya.
Cheers. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for the training session. I hope you guys found that illuminating as well. I think if I was going to do this again, I would try and talk through more of my thoughts out loud, though there was still some thought talking taking place. But still, hey. So there we go. Mike, otherwise known as Masterful, giving us a little bit of insight into what higher level Blood Bowl play might look like. Catch you guys another time.